Well, good morning, everyone. It's time to rise and shine. It is 7 o'clock, as we say in the old U.S. Army, 0700 hours. That means it's time to rise and shine this morning. And as you rise and shine this morning, it is the 22nd day of June, believe it or not, of 2026. It's a great day, a fantastic day, a wonderful day to still be alive, considering that a lot of people are not. Okay? So, let's get up. You know what time it is? It's time for our daily bread. After the weather, of course. As you rise and shine this morning, the temperature outside is a little bit warm this morning. It is 77 degrees outside this morning. A high today of 92 degrees. For the rest of the day, how's that weather looking for the rest of the day? Anybody know? Let me see. Okay, here we go. There's a good chance of rain, but not too good. 24% chance. Cloudy skies early, followed by partial clearing. A stray shower or thunderstorm is possible. High today around 92 degrees. Winds west-southwest at about 10 miles per hour. Tonight, which is Monday, low of 72 degrees with a 55% chance of precipitation. Variable clouds with scattered thunderstorms, gusty winds, and small hail is possible. And low tonight, 72, winds light and variable. Then on tomorrow, a little bit of the same as we had today. High tomorrow, of course, of 89. That's pretty good. That's not 100 now, so we're good. And again, slight chance of rain today with 24% chance. There's a 24% chance of it. Pollen is high. The air quality is good. And the UV index is extreme. I don't know why that is, but that's probably because the sun's out there. So it's probably extreme every day. Oh well. Don't forget your sun blocker. Say, don't you wish you were black now? We don't need to wear no sun blocker. I'm just saying, Anyway, good morning to you. Just another expense in this tough world we live in. Now I got to go buy some sun blocker? I don't think so. Yeah, I'm good. Good morning to you. Next up, of course, it is our daily bread, a word from on high. Something that will change your spirit, your mind, your perspective. A word from on high will always do that if you pay attention to it. Okay? You know what they say? Good advice is only good if you take it. Good morning to you. I'm Kevin Elkins, and this is Decisions. Why do we call it that? Because everything we do requires us to make one. And even when we think we didn't make one, well, we just made one. So you can't get around it. It's not the decision that you make that bothers you. It's how you make the decision that you make. Good morning to you. Next up, our daily bread, and we'll be back after this.
Thank you, Lord, for every breath I take, for the love that heals, and the joy you make in the tapestry of life. I see your grace, every moment filled with your warm embrace.
Welcome to today's encouragement from Our Daily Bread. Today's reading, titled Your Life's Passion, was written by David Roper. One evening, years ago, my wife and I were making our way down a mountain trail, accompanied by two friends. The trail was narrow and wound around a slope with a steep drop on one side and an unclimbable bank on the other. As we came around a bend, I saw a large bear moseying along, swinging his head from side to side and quietly huffing. We were downwind, and he hadn't detected our presence, but he would soon. Our friend began to rummage around in her jacket for a camera. "Oh, I must take a picture," she said. I, being less comfortable with our odds, said, "No, we must get out of here." So we backed up quietly until we were out of sight and ran. That's how we should feel about the dangerous passion to get rich. There's nothing wrong with money. It's just a medium of exchange. But those who desire to get rich fall into temptation and a trap and into many foolish and harmful desires that plunge them into ruin and destruction. Paul wrote in 1 Timothy 6:9, "Wealth is only a goad to get more." Instead, we should pursue righteousness, godliness, faith, love, endurance, and gentleness. These traits grow in us as we pursue them and ask God to form them within us. This is how we secure the deep satisfaction we seek in God. Today's Our Daily Bread devotional scripture reading is from 1 Timothy chapter 6, verses 6 through 12. But godliness with contentment is great gain, for we brought nothing into the world, and we can take nothing out of it. But if we have food and clothing, we will be content with that. Those who want to get rich fall into temptation and a trap, and into many foolish and harmful desires that plunge people into ruin and destruction. For the love of money is a root of all kinds of evil. Some people, eager for money, have wandered from the faith and pierced themselves with many griefs. But you, man of God, flee from all this and pursue righteousness, godliness, faith, love, endurance, and gentleness. Fight the good fight of the faith. Take hold of the eternal life to which you were called when you made your good confession in the presence of many witnesses. Let's pray. Heavenly Father, teach us to pursue righteousness and godliness over riches on earth that leave us feeling empty. May we be content with what you've given us and be good stewards of all that you've entrusted us with. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Today's encouragement was provided by Our Daily Bread Ministries.
Good morning, Montgomery. It's and rise and shine. It's Monday morning. It's a little cloudy, but the sun is still out there. Let's see it. United States Army. United States Navy. United States Coast Guard. Whose motto is, I know what it means. It means always ready. Oh, Semper Paratus. That's what it is. Semper Paratus. It's always ready. It stands for something. Next up, the United States Marine Corps. Let's call them the Army. That's the uniform of all the every last one of them. I tried to do something now, but hey, that's for another day. Okay, now, I would tell you about my story. Okay, now today's message is from TD Jakes. It's not very long. You just need to listen to it. Okay, and then we'll be back to get on with the show. Okay, but every Monday I got to do a little message here. Today's MESSAGE will be TDJAKES. Okay, so he's not, he still makes some good messages. I mean, hey, we all step on it every once in a while, but that doesn't take away from the message. The message itself is still good. I mean, just because I'm a drunk don't mean if I tell you that you're an alcoholic that I'm wrong. Okay. Okay. Now I haven't got to read. We'll play Reader right when school begins. Okay, we play that every year when school begins. Rita Pearson. Okay, well, so okay, we got what, another month or so. Okay, so I'm just saying, what a great job to have. You don't have to go to work all year long, but you still get paid. Although I will admit to you, dealing with somebody else's kids, yeah, they need 3 months off. Absolutely, absolutely. I used to be jealous of them, not anymore. Okay, considering all the things that teachers got to go through all the time, I wouldn't want that job. They paid $1 million. Okay, well, $1 million a year might make me take it, but that's what it would. That's what it would take. It wouldn't. Anyway, good morning to you. A story. What about some? Oh yeah, well, I couldn't teach summer school either. I wouldn't do that either. Yeah, I think summer school's going on right now. I know me and my son went by the school the other day. He kept asking me why they got cars still already. I said, well, that's for the people who didn't, who didn't pay attention. Summer school is a con. Summer school really is a con, because you telling me after 9 months in school, you don't get it, but after 2 weeks of summer school, you come up with an A. Give me a break. But anyway, we're gonna leave that alone. That is a whole different conversation, as it were. A lot of things to talk about today. I got the Dick Brubaker coming on at around 8:00 or so. You heard what happened at the gas station this weekend. 2 people killed, people shooting like it was Chicago. Well, we're going to talk to somebody who was there. Okay, Mr. Roosevelt Yunro Williams. He'll be joining us. At least these are people who are scheduled to show up. Eyewitness to what happened over there. Why do we tell you about these stories? Because you know what? They happen. They happen. They happen, and they happen. And so we're going to talk a little about that. Still trying. I'm still waiting to see what happens with the Marsha Johnson thing this week. I'm ready to start collecting money for my signs and everything, But I don't know why the city council's dragging their foot on this, but that's what they're doing. I may have to get a lawyer and sue them or something like that. I may have to do that. Yeah, sue them if I can get somebody to do it pro bono. Yeah, pro bono. I can't be doing it. I can't be paying for it. Might lose, then I'll still be broke. Anyway, good morning to you. So don't go any place. We'll be right back after this little message right here. I think you'll enjoy it. What's it called anyway? It's well, you'll like it. Okay, I forgot the name of it, but I've heard it about 14 times. But you'll like it. So hang loose. We'll be back.
No thing in your life just happened.
No thing just happened.
There are some things that you learn in the process, in the painful grappling of climbing up to a place rather than being zapped to a place. The things that you went through getting there give you the tenacity to stay there. The fight is your friend. My life was shaped in part through tragedies. And the weird thing about tragedies is that they don't tell you that they're shaping you. Intellect can describe it, but only instinct can find it. People always remember and talk about how you made it, and you're king, or you're the president, or you're the pope, or whoever you are, but they don't understand what all you went through to get there. By the time I figured out what life was all about, it was time to go. I've been sick before. I made it. I've been broke before. I made it. I've been brokenhearted before. I made it. I cried all night, but I made it. I've been betrayed, but I made it. I've been lied on, but I made it. I've been destitute, but I made it. I've been rejected, but I made it. Sometimes when you're imagining how things are going to go, they don't go the way you imagined. And if you're a weak person, you will quit because it didn't go the way you imagined it. If you don't learn how to master the breaking point, you may have many ventures, but you will not accrue massive success in any area because you have not mastered the breaking point. Every time life runs you to a breaking point, you will give up and quit. You will back away and run. You will say, this is too hard, this is too emotional, this is too stressful, and you will back away. You cannot be a champion until you have survived a breaking point.
So true.
If you don't learn how to touch people, you can never stop the issues that exist internally or externally in your church, in your life, in your family, in your business. So the one thing that the enemy is determined to do when you are at a breaking point, the first thing he wants to do is isolate you. The only thing wrong with your dream is that you're trying to do it by yourself. The difference between start and finish is determined by how you handle the breaking point. In the process of going up, whenever wheat comes up, tear comes up to the same proportion. Or let me say it in a way that's familiar to you, new levels bring new devils. So while you're coming up on one side, your haters, problems, situations, circumstances, responsibilities, debt factors, bills, organizational infrastructure needs all come up at the same level. That one size, you can't come up over here and not come up over there. They both grow up together. Just because your circumstance don't reflect it right now doesn't mean that you don't have it. Believe in yourself and get up out of there and go do what you've got to do.
What you got to do? Oh, yeah.
The whole world has turned its head to hear what you have to say. Do you have something to say or not? What you do over the next few months will determine the next few years in your life. How you manage the critical mass of this moment will determine the outcome, whether you acquiesce back to the gravitational pull of your ordinariness or whether you break through into another orbit and another dimension of who you are. I would suggest to you that everything you have gone through in your previous dimension has prepared you for this next dimension, and you're right on the verge if you can master the breaking point. You earned it, you scuffled for it, you fought for it, and now you can hold it down.
right then. It's a matter of wanting to. Oh, that was good. I like that. I like TD always. That guy's got a masterful way of making you realize certain things. You know, he got a masterful way. Okay, I don't think he's in charge of the Potter's House anymore, though, in Dallas. But he was a good speaker. But just because we're human beings and we screw up doesn't mean that we don't have a value in our messaging. And he does. He really has. He listens to a lot of his stuff. I get motivated every time I hear that. Yeah, I looked in the paper yesterday, you know, and what did I see? My hometown in the paper. Mm-hmm. South Bend in the paper. First of all, let me tell you folks about Facebook Marketplace. Never invite people to your house. Okay? Never invite people to your house. When you're gonna do Facebook marketing, a couple of years ago, the police chief, one of the few things he did I thought was right, has allowed people to come. I don't know what the policy is now, but tell them to meet you in front of the police department. Okay, if you want to sell a watch, you want to sell something like that, yeah, don't invite people to your house. Okay, because in my own hometown, the other day, there was an issue, and I'll show it to you in a second here, where a young man shows up to buy a watch, and the woman brings the watch, you know, to the screen. I mean, to the door. He snatches. He snatches the watch. See it right there, the guy right there. Yeah. He snatched the watch, and and then evidently went back there, and that's in South Bend, my hometown, and he stole the watch. I mean, what is wrong with these kids? What? I mean, what the hell's going on? But anyway, he decided that he didn't want to pay for it. He just went over there to snatch it and shot the woman in the head. What in the hell is going on with our young men? I don't know, and it's not just in Montgomery. It's all over America. It's all over America, in urban America. It's happening. It's happening. It's a shame. What the hell's going on? I mean, is the lack of fathers that pervasive? That are we having such a negative effect? And the hairdos don't help you either. I really believe that the hairdos are making our kids go crazy too. I just believe that. I don't know what. Anyway, that just broke my heart. I was going to call my sister and see what was going on, but I don't need to know what's going on. It's the same thing here. It's the same thing there. It's the same thing. But anyway, Facebook, when you're going to sell something, you go in front of the police department. Okay, if you don't want to come there, they're not serious about buying it. Okay, so don't invite people to your house when you are selling something on Facebook. Okay, don't do that. All you are doing is asking for trouble. Okay, you just don't want to do that. So I'm just saying you might want to get a different plan. Meet me at the my police station on Ripley Avenue. Okay, and if they don't want to show up, then they wasn't serious. Okay, they were not serious. Okay, they just wasn't. Okay, they wasn't serious. They're trying to rob you. They're trying to beat you down. You don't even want to go there. Okay. Anyway, good morning to you. Last week, I didn't get a chance to bring this up before we get on to anything. Jan Rose not supposed to be here till about 7:30, so we see if he logs in then. But last week there was a deadly skydiving act. I mean, a real bad one. As a matter of fact, I don't know why people skydive for fun. Okay, good morning, Rose. I don't know why people skydive for fun. I mean, I didn't skydive. I wouldn't have skydived. I was a paratrooper. There's a danger inherent with jumping out of airplanes. I mean, it just and unless you have to do it, why would you do it? I mean, I guess people gotta get their high someplace, but 12 people died at one time jumping out of an aircraft. The aircraft, I guess, kind of didn't work or something like that. But you see it right there. I mean, why jump? I mean, why do it for free? Why do it for no reason? Anybody out there ever skydived before? I've never skydived, quote unquote sky. And skydive when you go way 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 up there, and I don't I guess I don't know I guess it I don't know did they have a let's see the plane carrying 11 skydivers, 9 experienced and 2 tandem, which mean 2 tandem mean that you had 2 people up there. I see Don can't let me get on. Don can't let me finish my story before he calls. Yes, Don. Hello.
Good morning, Kevin.
Good morning, Don.
You know how Reverend Willie Durable likes to diminish the commander in chief? Like he first started off, Kevin, what if I told you they fired the black chaplain? Come to find out they let go several people, including lots of whites. He said, Kevin, what if I told you they dropped the AFEX score? Not true. Was it? Didn't drop it. Biden let people come in and go to school. Then last week he said, Kevin, what if I told you that they moved a picture of Chappie James? What if I told you they moved that? Come to find out, they took it down and restored it and moved it to the Air Force Museum so more people would see it. But it's always, Kevin, do you believe our commander-in-chief is trying to diminish black history?
And
I hope Willie Durham will call in today because on Friday, Major Capers, 84-year-old black veteran of the Vietnam War.
Yeah.
I think he had about 12 wounds to him, broken leg, leads his people out to safety. Now, Obama didn't give him a Congressional Medal of Honor. Biden didn't give him a Congressional Medal of Honor. But that hateful racist Donald Trump did that's trying to change black history. Gave him a Congressional Medal of Honor and hugged the guy at the thing.
Matter of fact, there have been
I hope Reverend Willie would call in and tell us how did he screw up so bad? Did he know not that Capers was black?
Yeah, there have been a couple of black folks who got the Medal of Honor. Some out of Afghanistan recently that we didn't hear anything about. Yeah, that's true.
I'm talking about I'm just talking about Willie with all this BS. He's trying to change black history. He's trying to diminish the military. But here on Friday, he takes a guy who should have been given a Congressional Medal of Honor on Obama and Biden and the rest of them, but he gave it to him. What about it? So he's not changing history. I mean, I just get so sick and tired of black fatigue with a Willie Durham.
Okay, Don, I'm pretty sure I'll hear from you later on the game. Okay, but he did. I was so proud of that guy. Sometimes it takes a long time to get justice. They finally did give it to him, 84 years old. At least it's not posthumously. So I appreciate the president doing that. There have been lots of heroes in war. And I'm not one of them. There have been lots of heroes in war that will never get their just due. There are a lot of people sitting in Arlington we didn't get a Congressional Medal of Honor, but for the ones that did, we congratulate them, and you have the thanks of a grateful nation because they went in harm's way, double harm's way. Okay, I don't think I got the right stuff for that one. I don't think I'm the Medal of Honor kind of guy. I mean, I try to do my job, but no, I'm not a hero. And but it was nice to see that the president, and he's acknowledged a couple of black folks with the Medal of Honor recently, as a matter of fact. So I appreciate him. I mean, again, everybody's not gonna like Trump. There are days I don't like Trump, but I don't have TDR, what they call it, Trump derangement, TDS, whatever, Trump derangement syndrome on my head. I still like the guy. I think he still believes in America first. And so I'll support him to that extent. Do I like everything he said or done? No, I don't. But nobody likes everything I've said or done. So that's okay. We can disagree with our mother. Sometimes I question God. I don't expect to answer at that particular time, but I do ask God, you sure about that? Yeah, and he said, yeah, I'm sure about that. Yeah. Anyway, just talking about this skydiving thing, just it just I don't personally, I don't know why people would do it. I don't know why you put your life on the line for free. But that's the way it goes sometimes. That's what they do. But a deadly sky 11 skydivers, 9 experienced and 2 tandem jumpers. Now a tandem jumper, you see it on TV sometimes. Or like when the Golden Knights come to town. What you do is you actually are on somebody's attached to you. Okay, and you're gonna that's one jump, and I ain't gonna. That's too close for a brother to be on me. Okay, so I've never done a tandem jump, but you know this this I don't know, but our prayers go out to their families and everybody. It's called a PAC P 750 XTL skydiving aircraft operated by Skydive of Kansas City. I think they're going out of business probably. Just after takeoff from Butler Memorial Hospital in Butler, Missouri on June the 14th, killing all 12 people on board. The plane was carrying 11 skydivers, 9 experienced, and one pilot. Departed about 11:20 a.m. local time. Witnesses reported that while climbing, the plane lost power to an engine. And wow, that's just man. I don't want to see it coming when I get it. I don't want to see it coming. Okay. Let me see who this is. Is this my guest today? Good morning.
Good morning, good morning, good morning.
Good morning. Who's this?
It's just Roosevelt Williams.
Oh, Roosevelt.
Williams, mostly known as Young Ro.
Young Ro. Where that name come from anyway?
Man, coming from the streets, man, they used to call me Young Ro doing some things, but now, man, I'm grown now, but it's Young Ro actually, man.
Okay. Why are you in how you spell it?
YUNRO.
Oh, yeah, that's pretty simple. That's pretty simple. Young Ro. Anyway, Young Ro is a young man. He's involved in a few things around Montgomery. Would it be right to say you're somewhat of an activist of sorts?
Absolutely, yes, sir.
Yeah, on certain but we brought him on this morning because he was at the gas station the other day when all of a sudden people thought it was a TV show, and they started shooting just like they do on TV and Facebook and all those kind of places. And listen, to make matters worse, he had his child with him.
Yeah.
And sometimes when you go places, you go in harm's way sometimes. But most fathers and mothers and uncles and aunts would never go to a place and put their child in harm's way. It is a shame when you can't go to the gas station without putting your kids in harm's way. So tell us what you saw, Young Ro, and what's your thought about what happened.
Oh man, actually I wasn't even at the gas station. I was right in between the gas station and the Burger King, sitting at the red light. Just got finished running some errands in that area, man. And so when I was coming through, it was already kind of like, I don't know, it was like a car show going on or something. So it was people already just everywhere or whatever. And then so I was actually pulling a trailer on the back of my truck.
Mm-hmm.
And so man, next thing we know, we just hear shots start firing. And so, man, I couldn't just snatch off and haul off because I'm pulling the trailer in, man. So the first thing I think of, because my son was in the back seat, was just throw the truck in park and just jump across the seat, and I shielded him, covered him down, and I'm just hearing shots just going. And it just felt like forever. And once I stopped hearing the shots, I got back up, and my son was kind of, Dad, what's going on? What's going on, Dad? Why are they shooting? And so I jumped back in the driver's seat, man. When I got back up, I just seen like a flood of thousands of people just running across the street, girls and bathing suits, dudes, these young guys running with these long guns. And I'm just like, oh my God. And you don't know if they are part of the shooting. You don't know what's what. But I'm just like, oh my God, I gotta get here. So man, I'm trying to get through the traffic, weave my way through the traffic to get on the interstate, to hit 85. And I'm just like, oh my God, please don't let nobody shoot. in my truck, he'll hit me or hit my son, man. And it was just a horrific scene. I just, man, it was crazy. It was absolute crazy, man.
Wow.
Just crazy.
Well, I'm glad you sort of made it through that melee. You know, um, I mean, I don't really, I listen, don't know what to say. I'm just, it's a, you, you're in your 30s, right, or something like that. You're not very old, right? I mean, you're not.
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay.
That's correct.
I'm just trying to figure out, what do you think has brought this type of atmosphere and brought this type of, I mean, and we don't even seem to be scared, and to walk around with long guns. Somebody got to be out there, ever loving mind, to come up with this law. I don't think the Constitution or the founding fathers of America meant for every nut brain to be walking down the street in 2026 with a gun, and there's nothing that we can do about it. I mean, who came up with this?
Well, Tell, as I know, man, it's our laws. It's our laws, and unfortunate, this permitless carry thing, man. That's I don't believe in that law at all. I just don't, It's sad, and so when we have laws like that, and some people take advantage of it, and unfortunately, it's our young people. Our young people are the ones that's walking around with those guns, this type of guns and stuff like that, because they look at it as something cool. They don't look at it as something as a sport or anything like that. They just look at it as something cool. And when you have that type of mentality, man, it's dangerous.
Wow, I'm glad you kind of. I thought you was actually at the gas station, but it doesn't make any difference. Wherever a bullet is, it'll find you. So
If you want to say it again, I'm literally, if you know that area, the Raceway and the Burger King sits right next to each other, and right was in the middle of every single thing, like right there, sitting on Carmichael Road, right, like in the front of the Burger King, in front of the Raceway. That's exactly where I was at.
my. If you had to make a guess, do you? And I'm not blaming the mayor. I'm not. As a matter of fact, I think well, the carrying open weapons, according to what these people around here tell me, it's constitutional to do it in the state of Alabama. It doesn't have much common sense to it, but evidently it's constitutional to be able to carry a weapon open. I don't really think when that law came out, it was for AR-15s, AK-47s, Mac 10s. I don't really believe that they wanted you to carry it for self defense. But these fools are not doing it for self defense anymore. They're doing it for offensive reasons, not defensive reasons. And I just don't know. Um, it doesn't make sense at all to me. Why would you give people, and you can't tell if they're felons. You can't tell. Personally, I think a felon ought to be able to have a weapon at home. But do you believe, like I believe, it is time to modify both constitution when it comes to weapons? I just think it's time to. I mean, to have one at home is great. Have one at the house, somebody trying to break in on you. But in order to walk around this, and personally, I would rather you carry it conceal, but at least you have to have a license to have it. But what say you? Is it time? You think it's time to revisit the Second Amendment? I think it's time to revisit it.
Absolutely, I definitely feel it's time to go back and modify these gun laws, man. It's necessary. It's important, man, and we have to, and I see, we advocate and we protest for every single thing else, but man, it's time to get boots on the ground and start protesting these gun laws, and just in the community, working with different legislators and working with all these different senators and stuff, man. I think, what we have to do as a community, we have to get at the table, we have to sit down and voice our opinions, what we see in our own communities, and and say, hey, this has to stop. What if this was one of y'all child, right? And then you would want to change these laws. But, unfortunate, us being, and when I say us, and I'm speaking us, we don't get involved until it's too out of control. But the time now, I mean, we seeing it now, and right now when it's coming to voting and all that, we don't show up the way we need to show up, and that's unfortunate. But I want to tap back into something that you said. You started off, can we blame the mayor? And I absolutely don't believe we can blame the mayor at all, because he can't do this
Right.
by himself. And the thing is, we have to put the blame back on some of these parents. That's what we have to put some of the blame on. The parents, and it's unfortunate because now, man, parents today, they're not checking these kids' rooms. They're not checking, to see who these kids' friends is. Are they part of gangs? Are they selling drugs or any of those things? And unfortunately, to be real with you, some of these parents are actually going and they buying these kids some of these guns. And it's because they think it's cool, and because the age limit that they're at now, man, these parents, they 25 and 27 years old, and they unfortunately still trying to live the street life too.
Wow.
It's crazy.
Wow. Well, I don't know. Tell us what do you do? 'Cause I remember you. I called you in on my radio show one time because you were doing something. What kind of activist are you considered to be?
Man, so I am a community activist towards nonviolence. I actually, when we came on, I remember you, and rest in peace, one of my best friends, man, Nito Cook. And we came on and we talked about, the gun violence that was going on, and we were doing a community event where we were bringing a bunch of the gang members together, man, to put the guns down out in Woodley Park. And, my brother, he spearheaded that, and man, it was amazing. We had everybody come out, man. Shout out Tony Knight. Shout out to a lot of different people took part in that, man. It was beautiful. But my work is nonviolence. I volunteer work with the Stop the Violence team with the city, with the Office of Violence Prevention, and just really getting out your boots on the ground and bringing awareness on gun violence and doing a lot of Stop the Violence walk. I have a nonprofit called Street Life Community Development Corporation, and I go into the schools and I talk with these students, telling them my own testimony and me coming from the street life. And so just the whole 9 yards, man. Just really anywhere I can be out helping, getting young people out of the street, helping them to change their lives, getting them resources to help them to do whatever it is they need to do to live a positive life. Once I start seeing it, that's what I do.
It almost seems to me that the government, this government, the governor signed this stupid law that says, oh, you can walk around now with a weapon and you don't even have to tell nobody you got it. You can just put it in your pocket. You don't need no law. It's almost as if the government is against the people who are trying their darndest to stop some of this violence. Is Kay Ivey complicit in this? Are our legislators, the legislators are the ones who come up with it. Are our legislators complicit in this? Are they responsible for the environment that which we have right now? I understand you have a right to carry a weapon, to bear arms, but the Constitution says something about a militia. And I don't think, back in the day, militias were anybody 16 to 60 who could carry a gun, because we didn't have the National Guard. We didn't have a whole lot of police forces. We didn't have a whole lot of that. So we have a group of people, my young man being one of them, who get paid to secure the United States and not walk around, the streets with a shotgun or Mac 10 or M16 or a Car 15 on their shoulder. Is the government complicit? Is our legislators complicit in this?
Oh man, I would say partially yes. I would say partially yes. And the other side today is too. I think they have to be. I think they have to be equal inside of it. But again, it goes back to the individual. When we hear laws like that, do we take advantage of it, or we use it for our own gain or whatever? Because I do believe in the right to bear arms. I do definitely do that. You just want to have that because you want to protect your home.
I think it should be right, but I think it should be you have a right to protect your home, your domicile.
Right,
but
that's true.
I don't know if you have a right to walk around with a Mac 10 or AK-47 walking down the street going to Hardee's.
Those type of guns. Yeah, I definitely don't believe we should be able to just walk in the stores. But I can be honest with you,
Mhm.
and because I don't want to make this a race thing, because
Mhm.
I've been into certain gas stations, I've been, into on the east side of Montgomery and Walmart, and I have seen white male Caucasians have their 9 millimeters in their back and their gun pouches and the whole
Yeah,
nine
yeah.
yards, and so those type of guns, I think yes, but when you walk in a gas station and you see a young kid walking around with a AR, and you going like, whoa, wait a minute, why do you need that type of gun? It's like that's where it gets crazy, and it gets scary, and that's when it makes you go back and look at the gun law and go like, hey, we need to put a stipulation on this thing to say, hey, you can only have these type of guns that you're able to walk around with. But man, walking around with um, and it's gun with an extended clip on it like that, man, 100 round clip, like it's
That's
mind
crazy.
blowing to
That's
me.
crazy. I personally, I came up with a thing last week where I think in order to be able to walk around with a gun on your side or whatever the case may be, you ought to be 30 years old, and if you're less than 30, at least 21 years old with military service. I don't see why we. I mean, we got police, we got city police, we got National Guard, we got Army Reserve, we got state police, we got all these policemen protecting us theoretically, except in our homes. I think it ought to be like in Kennesaw, Georgia. I think it ought to be mandatory to have a weapon in your home to protect your domicile. I got no problem with that one. There's no reason in God's green earth why people need to walk around this town. Well, only because we're allowing other people to do it now. Maybe you're right, but it,
Well, let's get deeper with that though,
yeah.
Kel. Let's and I have to speak transparent from that.
Hmm.
We stay, and I love Montgomery. I love my city, and I want all the best for my city. I want Montgomery to be a place where we able to laugh, enjoy, go out and all. But let's be honest, man, we have certain areas in our city to where we just ain't able to even walk into a gas station without thinking somebody gonna try to rob us, or we ain't able to go in certain neighborhoods to just visit a friend without thinking somebody is trying to, try to up the score, is what we say inside of the streets, man. And it's crazy because when you have that type of environment, then you want to have the mindset to like, man, I need to have a weapon on me just for protection, for self defense reasons. So it's kind of hard to sit and say, well, I'm not able to carry a gun or whatever because this and that. But when we think about it from that point of view, and especially now, and I say this also on the other side of it is, you know, when you live in a certain lifestyle, that's when you got to start looking at self. Because me, man, yes, when I was out there, when I was having to look over my shoulders and all that, yeah, I felt I needed this gun because I didn't know who was going to try to rob me, who was going to try to take something from me, and that was my mentality then. But once I changed my life, and I'm like, man, I'm a family man now. I got kids, and I want to just value life. I want to enjoy life, and I want to go play with my kids and everything. I'm not thinking about, hey, I need to carry this gun around and look over my shoulders and all those things. Yes, I can have one for protection, but I thought at one point, and I'm not sure exactly what all this was, I thought you could have the gun, you could have one part inside of the vehicle and the other part inside of the trunk, if I'm not mistaken. That wasn't the clip inside of the trunk or something like that. I'm not mistaken on that, but or a shotgun in the back window or something like that. I thought you could have those
Because
type of things.
when I was in school, I mean, young guys, especially the guys who hunted, they had the rifles in the back of the window.
Right.
It wasn't a big deal. But because we not 1 second we didn't spend 1 second worrying about whether or not they're going to come inside the school and shoot everybody. It never even
Right.
crossed anybody's mind. It was just part of the, I don't know. There's just something going wrong. Like Ronald Reagan said, there's something going wrong in time and space. And I don't know what that is. Are our legislators complicit? Do they want to invoke a martial law at some point, and this is their way of getting it done? I don't know because it makes no sense. Again, I don't have a problem with people carrying concealed as long as you have a license to do it. And my good friend here said, "Well, why should I pay $25?" Listen, it's for my safety. It's to make sure that somebody knows that you carry that gun and that you are responsible enough to at least pay the get the license to carry it around. So that, and again, I think personally, if you never had any military experience, you need to be 30 years old before you even get the license. I just don't even think you need that. I don't think the Chinese trying to take us over or anything like that. And if they do, run home. You got your gun there. Yeah, take care of your house. I don't know. They
Right.
just you can't put up and rap music and guns together in the same car. We're looking for danger. Somebody gonna get hurt, killed, or messed up. That rap music is the worst crap
Kel,
ever came
I
up.
told you before, Kel, we get on that conversation about rap. That's hot. That's a subject for me because it's not all rap music. Rap is a form of art. We had this debate once before. Rap is a form of art, but it's a type of rap that you allow and you
Mm.
listening to. I told you there's a difference when you get to murder rap versus just poetry rap versus just life rap. Those are two different things. And so, you can't automatically just say it's the rap music. No, it's a certain style of rap music. You got drill music, you got trap music. Well, I'm gonna say drill rap, drill rap, murder rap, trap rap, killer rap. Those are the type
Brother,
of
I didn't know we
rapping.
had that many kind
Yeah,
of raps. We had too many of them.
yeah, that is
But
the
you know
type
what I'm
of
saying? Okay,
rapping.
but Young Ro,
That's the influence.
yeah, Young Ro, but let's be intellectually honest here. Music, whichever kind it is, affects our psyche. That's why some songs you can listen to and they make you cry and make you think about the past,
Hmm.
and other songs make you want to hurt somebody. And I guarantee you, most of the young folks today who get out of their cars and do all this and all this huffing and puffing and machismo are listening to rap music. Guarantee it. I would put anything on it, and that stuff
Absolutely. I
changes
mean,
change
definitely.
your mind.
Yeah, music does have an influence on your psyche. It does. And if you want to talk spiritual, man, Satan, he was the prince of music, right?
Hmm.
And he that's what his job was. And so when you got certain songs, man, that tell you to, shoot them up, kill them, go find your op, go, especially this new song that they got out now with the young lady, Young Miami, and I keep up with music, all genres of music. I do Christian hip hop, but I hear all different types of music. And they say, where my scamming, where my scamming Negroes at, and all that type of stuff, and that's the type of stuff that now is being influenced, and now everybody wants to come out and say, oh, I'm a scammer, or I got to go yard bag, and I want to spend that, and I want to go do this, and it's just like, man, wait a minute. This is what we really putting in our minds. This is what we allowing our kids to listen to. Man, I do not. I shield my children from that type of music, honestly. And man, I try to instill positivity into them. With me as doing hip hop, Christian hip hop, I'm also when I speak on certain things. I just did a single called "Crying for Help." And this single was simply talking about our kids, our young people, when these killings that we're seeing, the shooting that just happened at the raceway, and the two young men. I was specifically speaking about these things, and I'm saying, can you hear these children crying for help? And that's the type of rap that I do because I'm trying to, hey, let's talk to our leaders. Let's come together as a community. Something that I was speaking yesterday, and I was telling them, I was like, man, listen, we are at a point now in Montgomery
Hmm.
because this is where I'm at. So wherever race you are, we have to come together and fight together against this thing. It's time out for pointing fingers at the mayor. It's time out for pointing finger at Save Our Streets. It's time out for pointing finger at the Office of Violence Prevention. It's time out for pointing our fingers at the city council people. What about us, the ones who are out here in the community, who have our kids, who have, in the neighborhoods, and who see what's going on. Now again, it's cold to not snitch and all of this stuff, but you don't want somebody to snitch if it's somebody to kill your child. That's so. And the thing is, again, as I go back to, I said, whether you're white, black, Puerto Rican, Hispanic, it's time to come together because every single one of our races experience homicides. Unfortunately, it's just our community, the black community, who is experiencing it the most. But the other side to that, Kevin, and this is where I have gotten frustrated at, we jump up and we advocate everything else when we see police brutality, white police jump on us and everything, but we don't stand up and protest when we do it to ourselves.
That's right. Matter of fact, in my hometown last night, it came across my feed. Young man goes to a woman's house, got something off of the Facebook, trying to buy a watch from her. He goes to the woman's house, kills her to get a watch. Young black male, my hometown. I just,
Wow.
I mean, and it happens here too. I've seen it happen here. I mean, do we no longer know the difference between right and wrong? Is there a difference? I mean, do we not? We got a church on every corner. Can we not convince some of these people that there's a way to do things and a way not to do things, or else, or is the lack of daddies, not fathers, because everybody's got a father.
Hmm.
This guy is the
That's
lack
right. That's
of
right.
daddies. Our I think that's our biggest problem in our communities, the lack of daddy. Now, why that reason is, we can have a whole conversation on that, whether the woman didn't want
Hmm.
you, it was an accident, it was a one night stand that now you got to stand for the next 18 years, or whatever the case may be. But it just, something is going on in our community. I know it happens in the white community, brother, but it ain't
Hmm.
nowhere in proportion to how it happens. I knew over this weekend that somebody was going to get shot and killed on Juneteenth weekend. I knew that. Then I didn't know exactly where, but I knew it was going to be in the hood, and I knew somebody was going to get shot and killed. And it happened all over America. I mean, we
Mm.
almost competing with Chicago right now when it comes to people getting shot. They have 12, 13 people shot up there too, and it's in the hood.
Wow.
Why does being black mean that it's okay to kill one another?
Oh man, it's that is a true question that needs to be solved. I'm gonna be honest, it need to be answered. I've actually had this conversation. Really, I did, man. I don't understand why is it so cool to kill another black man. And I actually saw a post once before, and I want to say it was Daniel Big Pimp made this post one time from the group Dirty Boy. He said, when a white man go and buy a gun, he go buys it for defense himself in his home, but for protection of a black man. And I don't believe he was being, any type of way, funny about it or whatever. He was just asking a serious question. And then he said, when a black man goes to buy a gun, he goes and buys it for kill another black man. And that was thought provoking because when you really think about it, when we go and got by guns, when we saying we're in the neighborhood, we actually that's the mindset that these young people have. That's the mindset. Honestly, to be honest, when I was out there young and doing crazy and stupid stuff, I had a gun inside of my waistline, thinking, oh, I got to shoot the man that looked like me. And so, man, let's speak on that father thing. Let's speak on that. Yes, we have a lot of fatherless homes and everything, but the truth be honest with you, Kev,
Mhm.
man, we don't have a lot of men stepping up anymore. Just that we are out of order spiritually. And I'm a minister in the church, and when we talk about the word, God gave man dominion over everything. God gave Adam dominion over everything. And we are out of order right now. Us men, and we're not stepping up, whether it's homosexuality, whether it's, just laziness, whether it's just whatever. And a lot of women now are stepping up and playing the role of a man. And it's sad, man, and it's truly sad. But the turn thing to that is, man, we got to start sourcing out, reaching out to the organizations who are out here who have big brother programs, who have mentor programs and all. I was a part of and a good friend of mine, Doug Singleton, County Commissioner
Mhm.
Doug Singleton, mentors in Montgomery. I did that with them. Charles Lee with and a bunch of other guys, man, and that
Right.
was a beautiful thing for us to come together and do that, man, and a lot of those young guys, even when we was mentoring them guys, man, they didn't have any fathers at home, and so that man, it's a bad thing to see because for me, when I create a seed, man, I want to be involved in my child's life.
I got you.
I want to. I want to
How,
raise them.
how can people reach out to you if they want to help? Are you still doing the mentoring thing, or you need some help with your?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
How do
Yes.
people reach out to
Absolutely. Yes, so you can email us at streetlifecdc@gmail.com. You can reach us also to reach us through social media at our Street Life page,
you? Okay.
Street Life CDC on Facebook, Instagram, also too as well. And so man, if
Okay.
you
So
reach out to
street
those,
life.
we
Okay.
think. Mm-hmm.
Good.
Yeah.
Well, Young Roe, appreciate you. And I'm glad nobody was hurt. Your child was safe, and you were safe, and all that. And it's a shame when we got to act like it's Combatville when we go to the store these days. But I guess you got to
Yeah.
do what you got to do when you have to do it. I guess we'll talk again. Thank you. I know you're a busy man this time of morning. We appreciate you taking a couple times out. And if I can help you, want to come back on one of these days and tell people how they can reach out to you, let me know.
Absolutely, Kev. I should appreciate you having me.
All right, appreciate it. Got to take a break, and we'll be back uno mo in a couple of minutes. So hang loose. We shall return. We shall return right after these messages.
You are still here, time to get busy living. Get up. You are still here, time to get busy living. Get up. You are still here, time to get busy living. Get up. You are still here, time to get busy living. Get up. You are still here, time to get busy living. Get up. You are still here, time to get busy living. Get up. You are still here, time to get busy living. Get up. You are still here, time to get busy living. Get up. You are still here, time to get busy living. Get up. You are still here, time to get busy living. You are still here, time to get busy living. You are still here, time to get busy living.
Okay. Doing our music there. No more calls at the moment, Don. I'm waiting for my guest. Don, give me a call back in a couple minutes. I'm waiting for somebody to show up. Yeah, give me a call back in a couple minutes. So let me make sure, because I got to give them plenty. You know, I got a special guest coming on, supposedly 8:05 or somewhere around there, and I wouldn't want to miss his call because I have this is one of them very important people, like make more money than I make and all that stuff. So that, got to give them some props there. Anyway, good morning to you. How's everybody doing? I just want to send out our prayers to the folks in Missouri they lost 12 people at one time. In skydiving accident. That is that's tough. That's tough. I mean, I don't think, I won't get on civilian plane. I just won't. I don't even get on them. I can't stand airplanes anymore. If it wasn't military, I'm not getting on it. C-15, C-5A, C-141, 130, 123, something like that. Helicopter maybe, but I'm not getting on civilian planes. I won't even ride one. I'll catch a bus first. whatever. What I still don't understand the physics behind how airplanes fly and boats float. I really don't. I've been trying to figure that out for a long time. So how can that boat don't float? But if I put a can of tuna in the bathtub, it floats. I mean, how's that possible? I don't get it. I mean, somebody's got to explain that to me in very, 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 very simple physics. I mean, so the boat not sinking, and we got airplanes that fly. Okay, I can't figure that, and they're not even flapping their wings like birds. I don't know. I can't figure that out. Like, maybe I went to sleep in that class or something like that one day. I don't know. I don't know. And so, just in case you do not know, there was two dead people, two injured in the shooting near Montgomery gas station the other day. Uh, two people were dead. Two others are injured in a Saturday evening shooting with multiple scenes. Montgomery police are confirming the investigation. Started around 6:30 p.m. We can't even wait till 12 o'clock at night. 6:30. Police and medics responded to reported shots fired at the 1300 block of Eastern Boulevard. We hear these stories so much they don't even shock us anymore. Don't even shock. We gotta get our legislators to change something. If nothing else, make sure that you have to have a license in order to carry a gun. It's concealed. Yo, what you want there, Duke?
What's going on, man? I heard your guest. I had to go in the store a while ago. I missed the end of his conversation with you about this shooting.
Mm-hmm.
It's sad. It's a sad thing, boy.
That it is.
I went down to Mobile. Just got away yesterday.
So how long it take to drive to Mobile from here?
It depends on how fast you drive.
Well, approximately. It's going to legal speed.
Two and a half, give or take.
I got to go to Mobile. You got to go across a bridge with water on it, don't you?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
As long as you don't, look over at the water too much and just keep your eyes straight ahead like the old people do,
Oh, so you kind of scared of going across water too?
I told you that a long time ago. I don't care nothing about the water now. That long bridge in New Orleans, my wife trying to get me to go back to New Orleans. I ain't going back to New Orleans and fly down there or something like that.
Oh, you talking about the Pontchartrain, Lake Pontchartrain? Yeah, 27 miles long.
I ain't going across that.
Yeah, I ain't going across that
bridge.
I ain't going across it either.
No.
Yeah, we ain't going across all that water. That's a long way to swim, bro.
We took our mom down there with us back in the 90s, man.
Mm-hmm.
And I went across that bridge, boy.
Yeah.
Said, man, when is it gonna end? When is it gonna end? So I ain't going back.
I'm just trying to figure out on a 27-mile bridge, what if your car breaks down? How do you get help?
What you say? 20? How many miles you say?
I think it's 27 miles.
127?
No, 27.
No, it's longer than 27 miles.
Well, that's what I read. I did the research. It says 27 miles.
No. I wish it was just 27.
No, that's because you think. That's because you think it was more than 27.
That thing's longer than 27 miles.
Well, that's what the book says. 27 miles. But I don't.
But back to the shooting in Montgomery now. I was sitting there listening to you and the guy talking, and but the biggest problem Montgomery got right now, what I see.
Mm-hmm.
The kids, I guess, say back in the about the mid 2000s, all the night spots started closing down, and some of the white clubs that was here in town, pretty popular club, American Pie and Woodmere Terrace, and a couple more places, they sold the business to black owners.
That's where they messed up.
And I know one of them for sure that Woodmere Terrace, I think they sold it to somebody black. Anyway, the thug mentality creeped in. Actually, when the white people own the clubs, they play, most clubs play black music, okay? So the black kids found out that these white clubs were playing this black music, so the what we call the good blacks, we was going there to start with. So all of a sudden the thugs start coming in, and so the people had to wrestle with them at the door about the dress code and all that, and and this and that. So they get mad and shoot up the doorman, Kevin.
Well, see, that's
Shot up the
them your
security
kids though.
guard
That's your
and
kids
all
people.
that.
That's your kids
See?
people who doing that.
And so nowadays,
Yeah.
nobody wants to take a chance on investing in a nightclub. So these kids don't have anything to do now. Okay,
Well,
you
that's
come
their
to
fault.
town, college students. What they do now, they go post up at gas stations or go in a field somewhere. They need to go in a field, but I don't hear many fields. But they go at people businesses. Go over there on Fairview over there. They posted up. I was coming out of town one
Why
night.
don't we make all clubs? Wait a minute. Why don't we make all clubs have to be in the rural area of Montgomery County? Why don't
No, it
we?
ain't got nothing to do with the club itself. It ain't got nothing to do with the club itself. It's the fact that the clubs that they try to pop up in Montgomery,
Yeah.
the black clubs, they want to cater to these young cats like that. See,
Well, then
and
right.
you can't open a business like that. Not that kind of business.
But maybe
without strict rules.
if we put all the clubs in the rural area of Alabama, of Montgomery, then only the thugs will get there and they shoot each other. That way they don't have to worry about shooting all of us. I mean, they shoot each other. Let them go out there.
No. But I just point out one of the problems that Montgomery got for these kids. They don't have anything to do, so
What
they
do
go
you want
post
them
up
to do?
at these
Wait a
businesses.
minute. But what do we got a baseball diamond out there. We got basketball.
Let me tell you something, Kevin. Let me tell you something about us now, Kevin. When I grew up,
yeah,
see the people I grew up with, we like to dance and party and drink a little bit. So that's where you meet the girls at the clubs and stuff like that. So most young people in their mid-20s, 18 to 30, whatever, they like nightlife. They like going partying in the clubs and stuff, Kevin. Okay, that's what they do. But if you got a place like Montgomery, don't have a damn thing going on to entertain these kids, they're gonna post up in somebody's business, and that's where people walk around them damn guns.
So why don't we make why don't we make a place that concreted, and so let people put their own out. They can only have outdoor. They can only have parties with tents. Put their own tent up on the.
Well, they need to make something. I don't know. You're not familiar with a club in Panama City used to call Club La Villa or something like that. That club there had like 7, 8 different clubs in this one club. So if you can organize something like get a big place and have it where you got metal detectors. You got to walk on an elevator, get in an elevator, go up in this place to party. Your car park way out there somewhere. So something safe and upscale where you have to pay $50 to get your ass in there to start with.
Well, let me ask you something. Are we the only people that got to go through all that to put up a club? Because if that's
I'm just telling you that would help. That would help. I know anybody brave enough to do it nowadays because the criminal got all the rights. You shoot one of these jokers at the door trying to come up in your place, they want to sue you or come by and shoot up the place later on.
Yeah.
So, but back to the gun thing now. Like I told you once before, Kevin, only way these people who put the law in place are gonna get their attention now. I told you that. We got to have some more incidents like that woman got shot in front of East Del Mar, the white woman. More white people got to get shot up before they say something, okay? If that incident would have took place out there, Pike Road, out there with that new shopping center, with that new public in it, out there in Pike Road City, oh, hell, the Attorney General, all of them wants to go on, read about that, Calvin. You know, they want to blame the mayor for these black kids going out there shooting up these white folks at this Pike Road.
Yeah.
These good church-going white kids and the wholesome family, and because they raced all the way to damn Texas to find that black boy. They shot that white boy, didn't they? They went way to somewhere to the black dude that killed a woman on the train. Okay, so they're gonna find the white stuff now, but when it comes to Negroes, they couldn't go to 7 and find a little baby down there that was shot. Ain't said a damn thing about that.
Yeah.
And that bothers me right there because they in high pursuit to say that these decent people, good people. Who more precious than a 2-year-old baby getting killed, Kevin? While he's asleep in the bed with his mama.
Your kids.
How's that more precious to anyone?
Well, they're all precious.
I know, but this baby got shot while he's lying in the bed.
And well, what about
Happened 3 weeks ago. This happened 3 weeks ago, Calvin, in Selma, Alabama.
Wait a minute. I got
Right
you.
down
But
there.
what happened here in Montgomery when a young 13-year-old girl was sitting home in her bed and she ended up paralyzed because there was
Same thing. That's what I'm talking about. But what I'm saying,
well,
but
them
as
your
long as they
kids.
black, they don't say a damn thing.
Well, let me ask
If
you
there's
something.
if there had been a white baby getting killed, Calvin, they got the same attention that damn
Hey,
Camilla after that case got,
let me ask
and
you
this
something.
woman in Montgomery got.
I'd rather our kids never go through anything like that to have to worry about.
I
being
know
talked
that,
about.
but I'm just telling you how it is. I'm just speaking the truth
Okay.
about this thing.
And let me ask you something.
As I always have.
What
You
does
saw-
talking about it do? What does talking about it do? What does it do?
Calvin, how did they react when that white woman got shot?
It don't make no difference how they react.
How did they react?
It doesn't make
I
any
want them
difference.
to react the same way the gas say these somebody's sons and daughters that got killed
again,
over
and
the
it's somebody's sons and
okay?
daughters that's doing it.
Why won't the governor, Attorney General come down here
'Cause they
and
don't
raise hell
care.
about that right there?
If we don't
These-
care,
Because
they
they're black.
don't care.
Because they're black, right? Because they're black, right?
I think it's again. I call it culture. Culture.
You know,
it's culture, not
well, let's
color.
call a spade a spade.
It's
Let's call a
culture.
spade a spade.
It
right,
is
Gary?
culture,
Huh?
not color. It's
I be
culture.
down how in the hell, okay, if it's not color, Kevin, how in the hell they see, like I told them guys on the
Because
show
it is
the other day
culture.
that
It is culture. It's
I sat
culture,
there and
not
I
color.
heard about this Camilla Athens and stuff for two or three times before the case came to a head.
I hear you.
Okay, I heard about it, but I didn't pay it any attention.
Okay.
Okay, then I went to paying attention and found out that the victim was white.
And again, it's
Okay.
culture.
So
and not color.
that's where the American white got involved.
It seems that our communities are more forgiving and more accepting of this aberrant behavior that
Kevin,
comes out of our
see, you
young
see,
folks.
you know what you try to do, Kevin. You
What's
try
that?
to split the thing. You try to split the thing down the middle. Now, okay.
It's culture.
So why won't you say the same thing you say about Black Lives Matter? All the time blacks complain is when
That's right.
a white kills that person.
That's right. That's right.
White people do the same thing. White people do the same damn thing. When somebody, all the time they raise their head when somebody white gets killed.
That's not
Okay.
true.
So,
Totally.
same damn thing. Ain't the same thing.
All right. All right.
Huh?
See ya. We go. We disagree. No sense in beating that dead horse. Yeah, Don. What's the emergency?
Well, I tell you, Gabe, you did let me come on and put Duke on for an hour. Waste of time. Let me deal with Duke for a minute. So he's upset that whites in a Negro town run by Negroes are not out marching over a black baby killed. Maybe Duke, when you get out there and parade about it, I will. On this law that you keep bringing up, it is ludicrous. You keep blaming that law for black behavior.
I'm not blaming it for black behavior, but I am
Ask you
saying
a few questions. You keep conflicted. Let me just ask you a few. What did the law do?
it allows people to walk around with a
What it
concealed
did,
weapon,
it
with
did.
a concealed weapon with nobody
Are
knowing.
you gonna let me talk or not? Because
That's
you
what
done
it is.
said all that crap wrong already. Are you gonna let me talk?
I am not wrong.
You are wrong. All it did is says you don't have to buy a permit. Now, before this law, you said felons. Could felons have a gun?
No,
Okay.
theoretically.
Where do you hide your AR-15
Well,
in
I
your
don't-
pants?
I don't know where they're hiding, but they be careful.
Well, you keep bringing that up. They're
Well,
walking around here.
they're
The law
walking
had
around. They
nothing
ain't
to
hiding
do
it.
with an AR-15, did
It's
it?
not hidden. That's the problem.
Did-
It's not hidden.
It was.
They
But that
walk-
law had nothing to do with that.
They walk around with them in their hands.
The law didn't have nothing to do with it, did it?
Who?
The law you
No,
keep blaming
no,
on for
no.
ignorant.
I'm
Because
talking
the
about the
blacks
concealed
killing each
weapons
other.
law. I'm talking about the concealed weapons law. That's my
And
problem.
it had nothing to do with them walking around with an AR-15.
That's true. And it's stupid to let them do
In
that.
Atlanta. Atlanta has a concealed weapons permit. Are Negroes still killing each other?
Sure. But at least
Chicago has a concealed weapon permit.
I hear
You ain't even supposed to have a gun.
So
If Negroes keep killing each other,
sure. I'm with you.
quit blaming the law on Negro behavior.
Well, I agree, but that
Maybe you
law
should start
doesn't help.
there. And Duke, when you upset about white people not, maybe you ought to be mad with the city of Selma who don't give a crap if a Negro gets killed. Start with your own race about not crying instead of saying the white folk don't do this, the white folk don't do this. Negroes don't give a shit. Why do I?
Well, again, I listen. I'm with you. I mean, you got a way of putting it, but I can't say that you're totally wrong. But again, if we already got a bad situation, which culturally we do, then why in God's name do we want to make it easier for somebody to get shot by somebody who's carrying a gun that nobody knows who he is, how long that he got the gun? He's not accountable to anybody for carrying the gun. I'm just saying, why make it easier to let people walk around here with guns? We already got the Constitution. Why in the world? And I think walking around with a concealed weapon, I'd rather see you with a concealed weapon than walk around with an AR-15 or AK-47 or MAC-10 or a 22 rifle, whatever it is. I'd rather see you conceal it. At least it's a small weapon. I think people have a right to protect themselves if they need to. But I want to know that you are licensed to carry it, and that you are adequate in your projectile. Dr. Joe.
What in the world? If you want to have a concealed weapon license, why don't we just eliminate the fee? Let you go online. You said you wanted to know if you had a gun, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just go online, sign up, sign your name up that you want a concealed weapon permit. They can send you one in the mail.
Right. Yeah, that's
okay.
Good. That's good.
And what's that going to prevent?
Well, again, it at least gives me at least a little bit knowing that somebody knows you got a gun.
I know I got a gun.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
And why do I need a gun, Kevin? Tell me that. Tell me again.
Well, I mean, for protection.
I told you about the guy that came into our church. They let our stupid ass preacher let a homeless person into our church, and he sat like 2 rows in front of me and my mom.
Yeah.
And he had all kind of coats and layers of things, and he could have easily had a gun. But guess what?
Yeah.
I had 2 things.
You had a gun?
No, I had Smith and I had Wesson.
Listen, if not, put it this way, if not that, then if you carry a weapon, then we need to let you put something around your neck, like a little badge that says "permit to carry weapon." I need to know that you got one.
No, you don't need that.
I need to know.
Well, I've already told you, so you know. You know, and I know, and anybody else is listening knows.
So are you telling me it doesn't bother you at all with so many people getting killed?
Why are they getting killed, Kevin? Tell me again.
Because a lot of people are stupid.
And how's having a license going to keep people from being stupid? By the way, how many people were over at that racetrack?
Oh, I don't evidently with a lot of people.
Yeah, I heard about 1,700, something like that.
What that was about, I don't know, but that's why the police and everybody was over. And we just got done talking about that a couple of days ago at the city council meeting. All of these, all these events with hundreds of people at them with no license.
Well, what kind of event was that?
I don't know. Whatever it is, I don't think.
And tell me, who were they? I mean, were they Klan members? Were they Proud Boys, Republicans? Who were they?
Well, I don't.
You know who they were. Don't you?
Why
did you have them get licensed?
What I want them on. Well, you don't have
license for being stupid people, and have them wear a little badge that says "I'm stupid and I'm black."
Well, we don't want a license like that because that wouldn't be true. We do stupid things. But
Well, those black people need a little thing that says I'm stupid. I'm going to go over there and
oh, pool
have
party.
have
No,
a
they had a pool
did
party.
they have a permit for a parade or for a gathering over there?
I don't think they did have one.
Okay, so there you go.
Yeah, yeah. But still, even if you don't have one, are we saying that we can't get together without killing people, without shooting people? Are we saying that?
You need to ask your own community that. On my street, I have black people all up in there, and they don't go around shooting people.
Yeah. Well, I'm a little Hispanic, so I don't really know about the black culture too much.
Okay, well, I'm a little bit tribal American, so I shoot bows and arrows sometimes too.
Oh,
Can I have a
Airbnb.
concealed?
Okay.
Can I have a concealed bow and arrow permit? Can I get one of those?
I don't think you need one for that one, unless you got a
Or a
professional.
concealed tomahawk?
Unless
Can I get a concealed? Did you hear about that girl in Texas that were killed by 4 thugs because they were mad over the Carmelo Anthony thing? So they decided they were going to beat up a white girl?
yeah, this whole Carmelo Anthony thing just I can't put my hand on it because I don't know, but I do think that young man, what he did was wrong. But I do think there's more to this story than we know. I just
What do you need to know?
well,
He
one of
stabbed
the
the guy.
well,
He did
he
it.
did.
He did it on purpose.
Yeah, he did it.
And he brought a knife to a fist fight.
Well, and that may be true, but the same things have happened in Texas worse, and they didn't.
Hold on. You can't start comparing one thing to another. One jury trial.
Well,
What about the
justice-
O.J. Simpson? Hold on. What about the O.J. Simpson thing? He had a knife. What do you think about that?
I think OJ did it.
Well, I think Carmelo did. Matter of fact, he said he did it.
Yeah, and the fact that he did it is not in question. He did it. The question is, what happened before then?
Well, we know what happened.
Yeah,
they testified what happened.
Was he
They
bullied?
asked him to leave 15 or more times.
Okay, but they didn't have a right.
And you know what he said?
Right.
I'm not going anywhere. And put your hands.
Yeah.
Come over here and put your hands on me and see what happens.
Okay.
And he had his hand on a what inside his backpack.
Well, so did the guy go put his hands? Wait a minute. Did
You
the guy
can
go
say
put
it.
his hands on him? Did he put his hand? I think he did. I think he did put his.
I think he did too.
So-
and he stabbed him.
But
And
isn't
guess
that
what?
assault? Isn't that assault?
The jury heard the evidence.
Yeah, I know.
and-
I know
and
they
said,
did.
Hey, they were compassionate. They only gave him 35 years.
Yeah, but but if Mr. Metcalf went over there to put his hands on him, is that not
He
assault?
didn't go over there. Matter of fact, Metcalf said, "I don't want to fight you,
Okay.
dude."
Yeah. So
and
how did
guess
he
what?
get?
There might not have been any blacks on the jury, but there were blacks that testified.
Right, I know.
And
but-
guess what? Guess what they said?
Hmm.
Carmelo instigated it.
Well, I guess what we did looking at, but when you went to Texas, you go to Texas law. A lot of people did the same thing and worse and got less time.
And OJ did worse. He killed 2 people, didn't he? 2 white people,
Mm.
didn't he?
Well, I wasn't there for that one
How
either.
much time did he get? He got 13 years, but that wasn't for killing 2 white people, wasn't it?
No, he got found not guilty of that.
Okay. Well,
Okay.
all right.
Well,
All right.
appreciate it. Oh well, stupid. What's that say? Stupid is the agreement Trump made with Iran. Yeah, I don't really know the nuance of that. The racist call will leave no doubt today. Well, Marcel, I gotta tell you, it ain't racist if it's the truth. I mean, if our culture allows, we have people in our race that do these kind of stupid things, it becomes a culture of race and not race by itself. And so, I mean, think about this. Didn't you know that somebody's going to die this weekend on whatever date is, whatever date they call this thing, whatever it was, Juneteenth? I knew before the weekend. I knew somebody was going to get shot and killed and cut. I knew it. It's a cultural. Good morning.
Good morning, Kevin. Good morning. Thank you for accepting my call.
Mm-hmm.
I have a lot to talk about. First, we're going to talk about this shooting over the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Now, number one, I did tell black people, I know y'all going to get mad with me, but y'all don't even know what Juneteenth means. Y'all don't even know where it comes from, who started this law. You don't even know how old it is. You don't know who's benefited from it or not. You don't know. The only thing I do know is that this weekend has been evil. It has been demonic. Now, it started with the Obamas over there with that monument, whatever that is that he built. The whole city of Chicago has had nothing but violence. Anyway, they're used to it. But did you hear about what he did and how he took the people, the homeowners' land, and now they don't have any money? The construction workers did not get it paid for it. It's a whole mess in Chicago because he just want to have that evil-looking center that looks somewhat like some type of monument, something at the bottom of it. And Shirley, I've been telling people for 15 years, something is not right about Obama and Michelle. But anyway, something ain't right. But they're showing their true colors to black people, and they refuse to let go of this Democratic Party. It's just like you have to just sever y'all arm off to get y'all to see what these people are all about. They have always, and I can speak for myself, I took at least 25 years of being ignorant, listening to this crap right here what the Democratic Party had to offer. And the only thing I realized that they had to offer was a bunch of racist words, a bunch of keeping us stuck, scare, fear-mongering, and up until this day, I'm cleaning the mess up with my grandkids now. I'm having to clean up my mess because of the mess I listen to because of the Democratic Party. Now, Kevin, can I talk about this Anthony family?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, with this Anthony family, I want all y'all black folks to keep the same energy about what happened to these kids over the weekend that you had with this racist Anthony family. Yes, black people can be racist. And what I have been seeing is a bunch of foolishness. I'm talking about you, N.I., you know what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about black folks. I consider myself to be black. I don't consider myself to be African American. I just consider myself to be black, and I am an American. So I'm going to say this right here. You black folks out there, I want y'all to DM me. Y'all holler at me. If y'all want to get Montgomery in order, I know the first step we need to do. Number one, stop and give the Democratic Party, give it back to daddy. Give it back to them, y'all, and get your families in order. Your family is not the government. This is why we're having these problems with our young black boys. And you women stop twerking in the mirror in front of your young boys. That's why you figuring out why my son can't get right. You know why? Because you're twerking in the mirror and your daughter's out here cutting the food because you're going to the store silly and Walmart and trying to kill a cop and get the car shot up. But y'all don't want to say nothing about the evil little Carmelo Anthony little guy. His whole family collected close to $1 million. That went down the drain, and they threw this young man under the bus. How about that, black people? Talk about that. But please keep that energy about these babies that happened over the weekend. And y'all, my granddaughter was there. I have a 17-year-old granddaughter, and I'm the one that had to clean up this mess with her mama and my son, too. So let's just stop it. It is our kids, not them, not they. It's our kids, black people. I'm not talking to white folks because y'all black folks love to make things out of race. This is not a race problem. We have an issue here, and the issue is that black people do not want to acknowledge when they're wrong. Get your kids. Y'all won't do that. You won't stay out the club. Talk about that, women. I want y'all to say something to me.
Yeah. All right, then.
So this Anthony thing, y'all, is a bunch of garbage. Let's get the energy. Keep that energy now. Ain't nobody saying nothing. You can hear anything fly across. You can hear a butterfly fly. Y'all quiet now because y'all little girls out here dancing and twerking. Baby shoes run. I was coming up the boulevard when I saw it. So it's crazy evil work, and these are principalities that we continue to let the Democratic Party put over our communities. Look at the west side. Look at the north side. Look at the south side. Who's running these areas? These are people that do not mean us no good, y'all. Black folks, these are our principalities that are over demographics of Montgomery. The city of Montgomery needs help. Black people, we can stop it because it's the majority of us here. We can stop it. The first thing you need to do is leave the government alone and come back to your God. I don't care what you want to call him. Come back to the Most High. That's the only way you're going to fix it. But y'all, the Democrats say, I'm going to give you Section 8. I'm going to give you EBT. You don't have to work. Look at us now. Listen, I worked all my life, so can't nobody call me one. And I say, if I did, I started off on it, but it's no way I want to make this a way of life. I was 18 years old on welfare, and I'd be damned if I was going to spend another year for $100 check.
Ain't that the truth?
So y'all, that's what the Democratic Party gave y'all. Section 8, Donald Trump needs to clean this up. The only thing I disagree with is that Iran war, we in trouble with that. We in deep shit with that. I'm sorry.
I think we politically, listen, we could have won this war 2 months ago, but I think politically, I think the man's trying not to hurt civilians. I really believe that, not to just kill everybody, and I respect that because, Americans, we get mad if the cable go off, if the lights go off 24 hours. So just think if they destroy the whole infrastructure of a city, of a people. I think he's trying to do it because that's the only thing I can think of, because we shouldn't be losing to them. But I don't know.
I understand that right there is a grand, whatever is going on there. But let me say, Kevin, the grand mistake, y'all, leave the government alone, black folks. I'm just telling you, that's our grand mistake. Is when we allowed that Democratic Party to come in right after this, after all this civil unrest was done in the 60s.
Yeah.
That's when they took over. So black people, we can do better.
We can do better.
See, I was ignorant. I was there. I was that Rosebud girl calling across the airwaves. Telling me, let me tell y'all black people, that go back to Africa, where you gonna go in Africa? Because they gonna kill you over there. They gonna throw you over and they gonna chop you up over there. This is your land. You need to embrace America. Wherever you have doubt, listen, we don't need to march. March ain't working.
Nah, march ain't working.
You let them have Selma. You can let them have all y'all Kamalas, what y'all call them, Kamalas. Y'all can go over there and march, and y'all can take Omar and that what's the other girl name? Talking about she want to step up on the South. Y'all can come on from the North and step down here in the South. Because we as a people down here too, we love our families, and we got to fix this crap that the Democratic Party has done. Black people used to vote Republican until a very big overturn, reset, or whatever happened. Y'all know what if you're older, y'all know what I'm talking about. And before then, voting, they used that against you. They took your land way before the 50s when you decided to want to go vote. So yeah, voters disenfranchised us, but now look at us now. Look at us now. You talking about we shall overcome. Martin Luther King said, judge me by the character of who I am and not by the content of my skin. And tell me why Democrats have been doing it all the time with this imaginary racist line they've been doing. They are afraid they got to work for y'all black people. Make them get out and work. This is what they're afraid of. They drew these gerrymandering lines. I am happy about this because something needs to be done in the city of Montgomery. And why y'all yelling and fussing and screaming? Come on out here with me. I ain't no politician, but I do know one thing: we need help. And the only people that's going to help us, we got to come back to our Father, and we got to come together. We're going to disagree, but black men, I got y'all back. Because black women been gaslighting y'all for a long time. They've been gaslighting y'all with these kids. They've been gaslighting y'all right now up until this point after that COV thing. They want to put everything on the black men because they see how these young black boys don't turn out. They've been gaslighting y'all. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Don't listen to them. Don't even listen to me. But I'm gonna get y'all on the right track because I was one of those little BI, you know what? The black, he ain't other. Oh, I'm going back. Yeah, go back to Africa and see what you gonna get.
Yeah, they don't really like him. Yeah.
You can't go back over. They hate you over there. But this is your country, and you have to embrace it, and we do have to fight for it.
All right. Hey, appreciate it. Outstanding. Always good to hear from you. The Greg says the black community is an urban legend. Black is a myth. Okay, I get that. Let's see who this is. Good morning. Welcome to the Brain Trust of Montgomery.
Good morning, Mr. Elman.
Morning.
Big fan of your show, man. I first found out about you when you started being a guest on Roscoe's show. Big fan of the commentary and your perspective on things.
Mm.
But now this morning, the young man that called a second ago, you asked the question, now why did he need a gun? And he said to protect himself. And you know what I mean. If you think about it, if everyone may have that same idea of it, but that's the wrong mindset to have, in my opinion. You know what I
Okay.
mean? For someone that's into Christ, God is our main protector. Not saying that anyone shouldn't have a gun, but you know what I mean. We should depend on God for that.
Hey,
That's the main
some
source
of the
of
people, some of the people actually speak up a little louder because they can't really hear you too good.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I was just saying that as a source of protection, God should be our main source of protection.
Hmm.
Not a gun. You know what I'm saying? Because if you're depending on that gun as your main source of protection, what's going to be your intent if you were confronted and you have a gun? You're going to kill that person, right?
Hmm. Well,
So
again, right, but again, now God told somebody to grab the sword. So Jesus told somebody to grab a sword. So I mean, sometimes,
yeah, and it's a time to kill.
yeah.
You know what I mean? The word of God also said that it's a time to kill. And all that, but I don't know. For those that's I don't know. I was a gun toter. You know
Hmm.
what I'm saying?
Hmm.
And it was a different feeling from when I was a gun toter, and now that I don't. When I had one, I felt invincible. Like anybody say
Yeah.
something to me, they getting blam with a hot one. You know what I'm
Again, a
saying?
gun will take a 5'6" guy and make him think he's 6'5".
You must be on my side. That's how tall I
Me too.
am.
So I'm just saying, sometimes they embolden us to do things that we normally wouldn't do.
That's right.
Yeah, that's not a
And,
good thing. But
and concerning the Carmelo Anthony situation, I heard so many different. Even the man that was talking about it a minute ago, it's just seemed like a whole different account from what I've heard. You know what I mean? So what did you hear about it?
again, from what I gather from some of the testimony, it was a tent, and he evidently didn't. It was a tent of the other teams or whatever, and he didn't
Uh,
belong in there. And the guy said, "Well, you got to go." And Anthony said, "I'm not going any place. Then I dare you to come put me out, whatever the case may be. And if you do, I'm gonna take care of you." And so, and I'm still trying to figure out, to put a knife through somebody's chest, that take a lot of power. I got to think, was he scared when he did it? That was just my thing. I mean, it takes some strength, and I don't know. And my problem was, a lot of people did same things he did, and got a whole lot less time. Not. Listen, I'm tired of this violent attitude in that young men. But let's treat everybody the same way.
yeah, man,
That was my
that's
whole
right.
thing. Treat everybody the same way. He got 35 years. I saw one in there got probation. Same thing. Same thing in
Wow.
Texas. Got probation. So I don't know. I wasn't there. I don't know. I don't know. I wasn't on the jury. So, you know.
And I don't know if you ever listened to the guy Charleston Wright or heard him talk about the situation. And he said that the young man went into the same tent like a week prior, and it wasn't any issue. The only difference was the week before, the guy that was murdered, him and his brother, they weren't there. And he
Yeah.
was saying that it's known that the guy and his brother were like bullies.
And I
Not
heard,
saying
yeah,
that bullies
yeah, I heard
deserve
that.
to die or
Yeah,
anything like
yeah,
that.
I
You
heard
know what I
that
mean?
too. Yeah, but
But
jocks though are, and I thought about one more thing. All jocks, for the most part, stick together. So whether or not Mr. Metcalf approached Camelo in a aggressive state, I don't know, but I know jocks will look out after another jocks. Like football players look out football players. But so I don't know how much of their, and they all said that Camelo started it. It was just strange. Is it reasonable that a short guy would pick on the football team? A track
yeah,
guy. It's just not a reasonable thing to do. So what? I wish they had a video. If we had video in there, we would have known exactly what happened. But we don't have video, so I don't know. Yeah.
yeah. And one other question. I know you got to get the other callers. I want to
Mhm.
ask. Okay. Do you think like I'll even use the Carmelo Anthony situation. Do you think that the lack of human interaction, you know what I mean, with the youth that's coming up now,
Oh, absolutely.
doing most
Yeah.
interaction on computers or online?
What? Well,
Um,
no. And I hear where you go. No. But I will agree with you. It's a lack of daddies, not
oh
fathers.
yeah,
Everybody's got a
amen.
father, but a daddy. It's and the women and men both. You picked them. You picked her, and that marriages have been breaking up since the beginning of time. But you don't divorce your kids. You don't get rid of your kids. You do the best you can. And I know women give you hell, especially black women. Sorry. They give
Oh
a
boy.
brother hell. I mean, it's just a cultural thing, but you do not divorce your kids,
That's right.
you know. And we got too many men walking around here dropping them and lopping them and leaving them. And
That's right.
I just that's a shame. And that's what happened to me. And it just ain't something new. It happened. My father was there. I've been him one time in my whole life. And
Wow.
so but you can't blame the past for everything. Sometimes when you know the difference between right and wrong, I think that's when you become accountable for your own actions.
That's right.
So,
That's right.
hey, appreciate it, man. Thanks for calling.
Hey,
Call back again one of these days. What's going on, bud?
Good morning, Kevin. How you doing today, sir?
Fine.
Great. Been listening to the various callers and such like that. The really question I pose to your listeners and many of your callers, and it appears that if a white individual pushes a black individual,
Mm-hmm.
then the gist is basically that's self-defense, and so the black person can choose to do self-defense up to and including killing the white person that pushed the black person. Would you agree?
Well,
I'm not saying that you agree with that. I'm saying, is that the gist of their cause this morning?
Well, I think it's to the extent of the push. You know what I mean? I mean, if you just walk by me and hit me on the shoulder, say, get out the way. I don't think that recalls, But now, if you come to me with both hands, grab me in my collar, I think you have a right to defend yourself. Then, again, it all depends.
Including killing the person?
Well, I don't think I don't know if the boy meant to kill him. Do you think so? I don't know.
If he pulled out a knife and stabbed him in the heart,
Do
he
you
could have taken that knife and stabbed him in the leg, couldn't he?
Wait,
stabbed him in the arm.
but do you believe that he actually meant to stab him in the heart?
I can only say the knife hit
Yeah.
where he aimed.
Yeah. Well,
So-
that's true.
I mean, that's the bottom line. You're literally 3 feet away from him, and maybe less, depending on the length of your arm. So the knife hit where you aimed.
Yeah. Two families are in mourning. Right now. One son.
Well, here's
come home.
the point that I wanted to make.
Mm-hmm.
To all your listeners and your callers, your black listeners and callers, if you want to set the standard that a black individual can defend themselves up to and including killing a white person that pushed them, then that means the same standard applies against blacks. A white individual, if they are pushed by a black individual, has the same right to kill the black individual that pushed them.
Well, I don't think the standard is somebody push you, you can kill them.
I mean, but that is affect everybody. So many of your callers. Well, it was self-defense. It was self-defense. You know what? I watched the video this weekend where you can actually see the push. Did you see that?
Oh no, I didn't. I didn't know they had video of any of it.
What they had was a video across the field. And the video basically says, "Here, this is what happened to Anthony as soon as he stabbed the guy." And you actually see the event happening under the tent. And yes, the white guy came up to him and did push him. You can clearly see that. And then you see Anthony stabbing him.
Well, let me ask
and
something.
Then
is that
and
assault?
then running out of the tent
Is that
and
assault?
running down the
down
the stadiums. I mean, it's a good 20-second, 30-second clip.
I'm saying, is that assault? Did Metcalf commit assault?
Yeah, that could be considered an assault. But is it worthy of a death sentence?
Well, probably not right, but when you're dealing with people with minds who are not necessarily mature to the point to make rational decisions, you never
I
know.
mean, there was no wrestling. There was
Right.
you can see the White Austin come up, and yes, he did push the guy, and Anthony stepped back a foot or two, and then you see Anthony killing him. Okay, I mean
And therein lies,
there's that.
and therein lies my conflict. Then if Metcalf pushed him, does he have a right to push back on whatever means necessary
Yeah,
to
pushing back
defend
fine.
himself?
Throwing a fist. Okay, that's fine. Hell, I mean, when I was in high school, okay, yeah, you get in a fist fight, something like that, but you didn't stab somebody because somebody pushed you.
Well, that's true because you probably didn't have you probably didn't take a knife to school. At least I didn't.
You want to bet, Kevin? When I was in high school, we had pickup trucks and we had rifles and
Oh, we did. Yeah,
shotguns on
we
the
did.
gun racks in the
Yeah, we
back
did.
of our
Yeah, we
pickup
did.
trucks.
Yeah,
I
we
had
did.
them there all the time.
Yeah, we did. I don't know. It's a different
I mean-
mentality now. It's a different mentality now. All we hear about is white folks, what they did to black people. Black people, yeah. And then I think there's this mentality that, well, black people can't do anything wrong because the other guy who hit me was white. And you
Well,
know,
it's also black fatigue. Okay, I mean, it's called worse than that. But even blacks are getting sick and tired of the hard R word, fatigue. Okay, I mean,
yeah.
but again, I mean, there doesn't need to be a race war. I don't want a race war. But if there is a race war, who's going to win? 13% of the population.
Well, if that happened, I'm going out to base and get on an airplane and go someplace.
I mean, again, I don't want it to get to that, but we've got to stop having this mindset. Oh, he got pushed, kill him. That's okay. That's
Yeah, I mean
that's fine.
okay. All things
And
in
that's what
moderation. All things
So
in
many of
moderation.
your callers have basically expressed that this morning.
Yeah, I hear you. You know, and it's the same thing with the Cody Smith thing. I wasn't there. I don't know, and there ain't no video on that one. But this one, since there is a video, well, I mean,
yeah, do a Google search on it.
Yeah,
and again, it just came out this weekend.
Yeah,
because after the trial, they had to wait for the trial and the verdict before they could release it.
Do you?
And that's what they did.
Do you believe that Anthony deserves another trial?
I think it was a fair trial. And, you know, everybody says there weren't no blacks. Well, understand this. You had a total of 18 juries between the 12 plus the 6 alternates. 6 of the 18 were minorities. On the jury, in the jury pool that was actually sworn in, of the 12, I believe 8 were women, 4 were men. Of the 12, you had Middle Eastern, you had Asians, you had whites, and you had Hispanics. The reason why you did not have blacks on it, the blacks were specifically asked, can you come to a true and impartial verdict? And without exception, they all said, no, we will not find this young man guilty.
Right. And that's what I told somebody.
That's the reason why.
Yeah, I told somebody.
But they didn't have a black on the jury pool.
Right, but they did have 4 black alternates.
Yes.
And they said they couldn't
But
come.
Again,
they wouldn't find him guilty. And I appreciate it, man. I got to take one more because my time is almost up here. Yes, Don.
Let me help you with your confliction, and you don't have to talk about football players sticking together. You don't have to say about here. It's going to be simple, and you have to listen. This is the law. You cannot provoke the fight and claim self-defense. Every Negro that testified, even the defense, said that Carmelo Anthony went in there and provoked it. You cannot claim self-defense if you provoke the fight. So do away with all your conflictions. That's the law. And he provoked it, and he provoked it purposely to murder the guy.
Well, again, I wasn't there because I don't know. I don't think you can verbally, unless you said he verbally was Metcalf suspended from school one day in question. Well, that didn't have anything to do with that didn't have anything to do with that. That didn't have anything to do with that fight or whatever it was. I don't know. There's still so many things. But let me get on something good before I get out of here this morning. You know, I heard Michelle Obama the other day dealing with the issue that the guy on that went through the what do they call that? What do they call that? That thing. She was at a oh god, what my mind is going blank here. Um, the fight or that rich whatever that thing they had at the White House a couple weeks ago. Um, was it UAF or UFC or whatever it was? And the guy said, "Well, she's a man." She did a magnificent job the other day at the speaking about that issue and about her husband Obama. Again, that's probably the only woman I'd vote for her quickly before I vote for Hillary Clinton. Okay, I would vote for her first of all. She's better looking than Hillary Clinton anyway. But anyway, of course, she is a lot younger than Hillary Clinton. Hillary got some years on her. She's been rolled twice and put up quick. But I thought she did a pretty good job, actually. Though I would actually her and there's a woman who was on the cabinet of George Bush II. There was somebody there who what is her name? Condoleezza Rice. Yeah, I think they're probably the only two women that I would actually vote for. Right now, I don't know. It wouldn't be Elizabeth Warren. It wouldn't be. I can't think of another. And I would, even though Obama's a Democrat, but I think she's a Democrat only because her husband is. I don't know if she's really a Democrat, really. But anyway, that's a whole different story. But anyway, there was one question I wanted to, ask today because I had a question on I had a question on my thing here. Okay, where's the question at? Where is the question? I got it right here someplace. What is the question today? Okay, I can't find it. I can't find my question. But here's one. I want you guys to know that in Birmingham, you want to know what government spends a lot in Birmingham. The water board. Okay, think about this. The water board in Birmingham is spending $90,000 to an agency to find out. Okay, why they have bad customer service. Can you believe that? They're spending $90,000. Okay. To find out why their customer service sucks. Whoever signed that check to spend $90,000 so Birmingham could come back, so we could tell Birmingham why their customer service sucks, they need to be fired. Okay? They need to be fired. And nobody should spend that. You know what? You can take that $90,000, divide it by 2, and get 2 more customer service people in there, and it'll probably help the customer service. Okay? I mean, it don't take a rocket scientist to figure that out. Okay? It just don't. But anyway, my time's just about up here now. I didn't get a chance to tell you I have some good films to show you, but we'll got a couple more days left in the week. The good Lord says the same. And we talk about some other things. Really, think about it. Birmingham, $90,000 to give to a organization to find out why their customer service sucks. Because you got people spending $90,000 on a survey rather than putting $95,000 to order more people to help you. That's why your customer service sucks, okay? And I know how black folks are. They go in there, oh, Lord have mercy. I don't even have to be there for this one. Okay. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. But whoever decided to spend $90,000 to find out why the water board has bad customer service. $90,000. Really? Okay. Whoever did that. They no longer need to be in politics. And hopefully we're going to find out pretty soon when I can start my race for the council district. I already got my stuff ready to run out now. I just got to get my signs made. Okay. I just got to get my signs made, and then I'm going to go. Let me take one more call here, and we'll get good. Yo, who's this? Hello? That's you. That's you on the phone. 201. Last 225.
Marshall.
All right. Somebody accidentally called. Didn't mean to. They must have been putting the number in the thing. All right then. Wait a minute. Listen, I gotta run. I'm just saying that guy right there. that guy right there is whoever signed that check needs to be fired. Okay, whoever ordered these people, you spend if you spend some of that 90 grand and hire two more people, your customer service won't suck. I'm just telling you, it don't take $90,000 for somebody to tell me what I need to do. Man, you see that it must be Democrats up there. It must be because it's easy. Money don't need to be. Money's not the issue here. Okay, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure out because sometimes, especially all them black folks up there, sometimes you just get stressed out. How come my bill is high? I don't know. I didn't use the water, and I'm gonna leave that alone. So listen, have a great day, everybody. And hopefully the good Lord says the same. We'll be back tomorrow and we'll talk about other. I had a whole paper full of things here I didn't even get to. But anyway, so much for that. And to the couple of people listening in South Bend, Indiana this morning, my hometown, some people do listen. Listen, sorry about that. Our condolences go out to the lady who was killed by the young black male over a stupid watch. That's crazy. I bet. Say, when the last time you seen your father? Your dad. I guarantee you, he ain't seen him in a long time. And that's a doggone shame. But anyway, I gotta go. Life is good and then it's over. You need to fire your guy for painting the reflecting pool. Well, listen, I don't even know what a reflecting pool is. So I'm not going to complain about it until does it reflect the monument? I don't know. I don't even know what a reflecting pool is. Okay, I don't have a clue. I just don't. So I don't care nothing about that. That ain't my money, no way. That's the government's money. Y'all think it's our money. The minute they take it out of your check, it's their money. It's not our money. Okay, I'm just let them do what they want to do with it. Okay. All it is just paper anyway. Okay, so we'll be back. Uno tomorrow. Okay, tomorrow. If the good Lord says the same. Have a great day. Oh, wait a minute. I didn't give you the lessons of life today. Well, I got it somewhere. I got it on my Facebook someplace. Is the lesson of life over there? Let me read that before I go. There's a lesson of life every day on my Facebook page. And it is, great people are truly humble. Most of us underrate the importance of humility. It's an important skill because it keeps you teachable, regardless of how much you think you already know or the possessions that you have. That is the lesson of life for this day, the 22nd of June, 2026. Good morning to you. Have a great day. Oh, don't forget, I'll tell you about that one tomorrow. See ya. I wouldn't want to be ya.